This city has great buildings, some of which have machines in them for doing many sorts of work by steam or electric power. These are factories. One of them is a factory where furniture is made. In it, workers make tables and chairs in great numbers. Worker, person who works. Machine, instrument which does not work for workers. Power, a thing's power is the work is able to do. Electric power, power which gives us electric light, heat, etc. Factory, building where workers and machines make things. Furniture, beds, tables, chests of drawers, bookshelves, etc. Chair, seat for one person. We are living at a time when machines do work which workers used to do. Now materials and things of all sorts can be transported long distances quickly. Its transport lines are very important to any great city. Iron mine, steel plant, transporting materials. Materials such as iron, which is mined from the earth in some places, and steel, which is made from iron, are used to make machines. Iron and steel are metals. Material, that from which things can be made. Wood is a material from which much of our furniture is made. Glass is the material used in windows. Much of our clothing is made of wool or cotton or silk materials. Machines are made of metal. Any, in this sense, every. Plant, in this sense, factory. Metal, any material of a certain sort, such as iron or steel. Metals are hard and are got from the earth. It is only in the last 2 centuries that great numbers of people have been able to live far from their food supply, with thousands of people in one place doing the same sort of work. High buildings like those pictured on the next page are being put up in more and more great cities today in greater and greater numbers. They are apartment houses which sometimes have hundreds of different families living under one roof. There may be as many as 20 or 30 floors in one apartment house, with homes for 15 or 20 families on a floor. Supply, amount of something for future use. Food supply, amount of food needed. Apartment house, building for a number of families to live in. Home, living place for a family. Hundreds of families may make their homes in one apartment house. In these stores, people who live in the city can buy food, clothing, and supplies of everything they need. Some stores sell food, some sell clothing, and some sell furniture. In most cities, there are great stores which sell almost everything. They supply these families with what they need. Buy, get something by giving money for it. Sell, supply for money. If I buy something from you, you sell it to me. Supply, give a supply of. Will buy, will sell, will supply. I will buy it. Я куплю это. I will sell it. Я продам это. I supply my family with food. I will supply my family with food. Buy, buys. Sell, sells. Supply, supplies. Bought, sold, supplied. I bought it yesterday. I buy bread every day. Я покупаю хлеб каждый день. He buys bread every day. Он покупает хлеб каждый день. You sell bread, and I buy it. Вы продаете хлеб, а я покупаю его. He sells bread, and I buy it. Он продает хлеб, а я покупаю его. Bought, Yesterday I bought a new suitcase. Вчера я купил новый чемодан. He sold me a new suitcase yesterday. Он продал мне новый чемодан вчера. Supplied. They supplied these families with what they needed. Они обеспечивали эти семьи тем, в чем эти семьи нуждались. People in apartment houses have no place to keep a supply of food. They may have enough food in an icebox to take them through a day or two, but on most days they buy meat and milk and fruit and other things they need from a store near their home. Many families have supplies of milk and other food sent to their houses every day. People with children in the family may buy 4 or 5 quarts of milk at a time. Here is a family with 5 persons in it, a husband, a wife, and their 3 children. The man is the woman's husband, and she is his wife. They have been married 10 years. Child, a baby or a young boy or a young girl. Young boys and girls are children. Quart, see next page. Married. Husbands and wives are men and women who are married. A milkman put the milk outside their door in the early morning. Milkmen started their work in a great city before it was light. In some parts of the world, milk is measured in gallons. Milk is put up in pint and quart bottles or in cartons. In other parts of the world, milk is measured in liters. A liter is a little more than a quart. Pint, about 2 cupfuls. Gallon, 4 quarts make 1 gallon. 2 pints make 1 quart. There are 2 cups in a pint. Early, the first hours of the morning are the early morning. Carton, bottle or box made of strong paper material. Will start, starts, started. In some factories, food is put into cans. It is canned. These are machines in a canning factory. Most foods today can be bought in cans. Food stores sell canned soups, meats, fruit, and vegetables. Food is canned to keep it from the air. When air can get at it, it quickly goes bad, if it is not kept very cold. Canned food that has gone bad is a poison. Bad food is very bad for people. It poisons them. If they take much of it, they may die. After a person dies, he is dead. Can, metal box. A can keep food good for years. In Britain, a can is a tin. Tin is a metal which is used as a containing for cans. Vegetables, plants used as food. Poison, anything which is very bad in its effect if taken by mouth. Die, come to the end of living. Dead, not longer living. Will poison, will die. He will poison. It will poison you. Это отравит тебя. You will die. Ты умрешь. If you are poisoned, you will die. Если тебя отравят, то ты умрешь. Poison. I don't want to poison anyone. Не хочу никого травить. He poisons people. Он травит людей. He will die. People, plants and animals die. Люди, растения, животные умирают. Poisoned. He poisoned her. Он отравил ее. She poisoned him. Она отравила его. He died last year. Он умер в прошлом году. People can have only a few cans of meat and fruit and other things on hand, as we say, on their shelves. They may have a cupboard with 2 or 3 shelves of canned food, but most people have no room for more than that. If supplies do not come into the city day by day, their supply of canned food is quickly used up. Many solid and liquid foods are kept in cans. Gas for cooking can be canned and piped to the gas cooker from the can for use. Canned, cannot. Few, a small number of, not many. Cupboard, walled-in shelves with doors in front of them. Gas, material which is not solid and not liquid. All material things are solids, liquids, or gases. There are many different gases, only a few of which are used for heating. Some people working in cities have no time or place to cook for themselves. Many of them go out to restaurants for all of their meals. There are many restaurants in great city, all needing supplies of food every day, and some of them cooking for great numbers of people. A good restaurant keeps its food clean and does not let flies get at it. If flies get on food, they may poison it. Cook, do cooking. A cook cooks. Themselves, himself and herself. Meal, food taken at one time. In the morning, breakfast. In the middle of the day, luncheon, lunch or dinner. Or at night, dinner or supper. Restaurant, place where you can take meals at different places. Fly, this is a housefly. Will cook, cook, cooks, cooked. Here is a supply of meat, vegetables, milk, butter, cheese, bread, fruit, and eggs, enough for a family of 4 persons for one day in North America. If people do not get enough food of these right sorts, they will not keep well. They will not be able to work or play well. Fresh food must be supplied to a city day by day. It will not keep good very long if it is open to the air. If uncovered, it may get flies on it. Flies get on dirty things. Their dirty feet make food dirty. Canned food will keep good for a long time. It can be stored. Fresh, new, not kept for a long time. Must, has to. A person must have air, water, and food to live. Uncovered, not covered. See pages 36. Uncooked, 64. Unlike, 81. Unchanged, 83. Unconscious, 88. Unwell. Stored, kept for use when needed. Will store, will work, will play. Store, stores. Work, works. Play, plays. Stored, worked, played. Grain and meat and milk of fruit and vegetables must be transported into the cities of the world day and night all through the year to feed its city populations. Much of this food comes great distances in ships, trains, or trucks, and must be kept cold and clean all the way. Today some of it is transported by plane. This is a bag of grain. Это мешок зерна. Grain, seeds of some grass plants used for making bread and some other cooked foods. Feed, when we give people food, we feed them. Truck, road transport for goods. Will feed, feed, feeds, fed. The 19 million people in and near New York City in 2004, to give one example, or drinking 7 million quarts of milk a day from more than 1 million cows on 50,000 farms, some of them hundreds of miles away. The price of a bottle of milk in the city is more than twice as much as the farmer gets for it. The milk must be kept clean and cold and put into bottles and taken to the stores and houses in the city. City governments see that milk is kept clean and has enough butter fat in it. Some city-born children have never seen a cow and have to be taught where milk comes from. Example: one of a number of things which are being talked about together. New York is an example of a city which must have food transported to it. Away, off, from that place. Fat, the part of milk from which butter is made, is butterfat. There are many sorts of fats. Never, not ever. Will teach, teach, teaches, taught. I will teach you. Я научу тебя. I will teach you how to speak English. Я научу тебя, как говорить по-английски. I teach people how to speak English. Я учу людей, как говорить по-английски. He teaches us how to speak English. Он учит нас, как говорить по-английски. He taught English. Он обучал английскому. Milk is the best food there is for babies. It is good for children and for older people too. It has in it fat, which gives energy. And it has the most important of the materials needed for building up our bodies. Milk makes strong bones and strong teeth too. It is good for a child to drink 2 or 3 glasses of it every day. In addition, milk has in it most of the vitamins which are needed to keep us healthy. Vitamins are a discovery of the 20th century. 200 years ago, no one knew anything about them. 2. In addition. After the addition of one thing to another, we have the one and the other too. Energy, power, build. Putting up a building is building it. We can build houses with wood and bodies with food. Drink, take in by mouth, take a drink. Know, have knowledge of. Will build, will drink, will know. Build, builds, drink, drinks, know, knows. Built, drank, drunk, knew, know.